I'm Christina Howard in Scarborough, where the Al McDood family is sitting down to its very first meal at their brand new kitchen table. But the trip to get to this Scarborough home was long. The family spent 3 years living in a small 3-room apartment in Jordan, and the past 8 months in limbo. That's 8 months after their applications were approved.
We are happy now. We have big house, and so we are more comfortable, I think, here.
So welcome. Welcome.
Zachariah Al McDood and his family still can't believe they're finally in Canada. After fleeing war-torn Syria and landing in Jordan, they waited more than 3 years for this day.
It was hard. It was like always discussing with my sponsor about my coming to here, but always we don't know which date we will move to Canada.
That's how his family has spent the past 8 months, in limbo, after the government approved their privately sponsored refugee application. Their sponsors, a group of 40, was in limbo too. We first introduced you to one of the sponsors last December, and then again in the spring, after they rented this home and it sat empty.
March came and we were like, what are we going to do now? We were committed to paying the rent, and we now have paid again for April.
They've been paying the rent here since January, when the family was recommended for admission, just before the government hit its 25,000 refugee target.
At the time, there was no explicit information saying at 25,000 we're going to stop. It was just we want 25,000 by the end of February. But as it turned out, it did in fact stop.
Or rather, slow down to a trickle. Since November, nearly 30,000 Syrian refugees have been admitted to Canada. Another 18,000 applications are being reviewed. But over 2,500 have been approved, just not yet landed. Those applicants live in a constant state of uncertainty.
I know there's thousands of refugees waiting who are in a similar situation, processed, ready to go, and they're still stuck.
That's how Zachariah spent the last 8 months in Jordan.
In Jordan, the situation was really difficult. Actually, I cannot work there. I cannot do anything, and life was difficult and hard.
His family is thrilled to be finally joining the 4,400 Syrian refugees that have made Toronto their home since November. Another 1,800 privately sponsored applicants are still waiting to make the trip. But there's one Al McDood that won't have to wait long to live in Toronto. Roseanne is 5 months pregnant.
He will be the first citizen in our family, Canadian.
Today is a fantastic day. I'm overwhelmed.
And for the Al McDood family, after they unpack all of these bags, well, that's when the real work begins. Zachariah is going to be looking for a job. His family is going to be learning English. The children, of course, are going to be starting school in September. And luckily for them, their sponsorship family will be there for them every step of the way. In Scarborough, Christina Howard, City News.